everyone, today I'm doing a little book cover painting project. I purchased these three books at a thrift store. They each had a slightly different cover texture. One had a more leathery texture, one had a more papery texture, and the last one had a canvas texture. I knew the canvas would work great, but I wasn't sure about the other two, so I purposely got three different kind of covers so I could see how the paint did. I got some inspiration on Pinterest and decided what I was going to paint and what colors I was going to use. So then I got a list of my paint colors and supplies and headed to the craft store. You could go with art that, makes sense for the story, or you could just totally use the cover as a canvas, whatever you want to do. I got some different sizes of paintbrushes, making sure I had like some nice small fine ones. I didn't show it on the video, but you definitely need a large flat brush for painting the background of the covers. You'll need to paint several layers for the base coat. They dry pretty quickly, but if you wanted to speed it up, you could always blow dry them. This project was super relaxing and fun. It was a good creative outlet, and I just kind of rolled with it. I didn't plan it too much other than making sure I had the colors that I wanted and like a rough idea of what I was going to paint. Some tips I have after doing the project would be if you wanted to make sure your design was a little more of what you want, you should definitely sketch out even just like the form of what you're painting. I didn't do that. I usually don't do things like that because I'm not a perfectionist and I always know that I should. And I still was happy with what I painted, but especially for my mushroom design and my floral design, I think it would have been a good idea to sketch out what I was going to paint, but I kind of just went for it on the cover of the book. Also, for how the three different cover textures worked. So the yellow book, the help, that one was the papery texture one. The blue one was the leathery texture one, and then the brown one, which turned white with the strawberries, was the canvas texture one. And so, as I had suspected, the canvas texture one was definitely the one that I think will be a lot more long lasting and won't, like the paint's not going to chip off of that one. The other two, I had painted the background colors, but I hadn't sealed it all with the Mod Podge yet. And it was a really super hot day and I had them on the shelf and there was a couple little pieces of the paint that kind of peeled off that I had to redo. So I don't know if that would have happened after I sealed them with the Mod Podge because it hasn't been like a crazy hot day since then. But if you do want to do this project and you pick canvas textured books, I don't think that's going to happen. And if you are looking for your next book to read, The Help is an amazing book. I feel like most people have probably seen the movie and or read the book, but if you're looking for a book to read, I could always recommend that book. The other two I mainly chose for the covers, but I was happy to have The Help because I hadn't owned it yet, and now I owned it with a cute little painted cover.